sold out Sunday.
Coach over everything.
You know what I mean? And it's Sunday is what?
It's sold out.
We doing it all. We doing it all tonight, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt is ready. That's why I fuck with you, because you are ready to get turned. All right. So our first feature of the night is an amazing poet. I had their bio pulled up. Now I have to pull it up again because I got a random email, so I turned away from it. But watch how quickly I get it back. Bam! There it is. Here we go. So, hailing from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Taylor Scott is a writer, performance artist, and director. She found a love for performance when she joined the youth spoken word scene in high school through Forward Arts, shameless plug is where I work, and where she worked, but she is now a teaching artist. Taylor graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a BA in Communications. She received a full tuition scholarship from University of Wisconsin's first wave program, the only collegiate hip-hop and spoken word community of its kind in the country. What you all have to understand, people talking in the back, is that Taylor went to school on a spoken word scholarship as a part of the spoken word and hip hop cohort. And y'all can clap for that, because that shit's amazing. Anyway, Taylor has graced many stages, including the Little Amsterdam Theater on Broadway, Contacted the World Theater in Manchester, England, Queen Elizabeth Hall in London. She directed Bellhops, a Madison-based blues and hip hop theater ensemble for 2.5 years. God damn, what haven't you done, Taylor? I can't even, I don't know if I can read it all. But I will skip toward the end because Taylor's got a lot of shit. Taylor is currently a graduate student at LSU's English program, working on her PhD, you heard me? And is a recipient of the Perkins Fellowship. Her research interests include global Shakespeare and the performative study of black literary practices and texts. I don't know how I got so lucky to have her feature here tonight, because her bio is more valuable than my whole life. Taylor was one of the early young folks that I had the pleasure of seeing perform and working with. She is now one of my co-workers. We go into classes together and teach spoken word. Yesterday she led a powerful writing workshop for black women. It was packed out or whatever. And tonight, she about to give you that work. So, before I bring her up, I will say once again, I got this weaved tipping mechanism. I'm gonna circulate this thing around, and y'all gonna move it around. It's Sunday, pretend you're at church, right? You're gonna drop money in the thing. You're not gonna take money out the thing because that's tracking. And then after you fill the basket with money, I will hand the basket over to Taylor, and we'll do that again later in the night when Legend Maid goes up. Word? Woo! Okay. So I'm about to start this thing right now. I want you to start stomping your feet right quick. Now start with a small clap. Small clap, then build up the clap. Then build it up some more. Then take it to the moon. Bring it all the way up.
You got it. I see some familiar faces in the room. Thank you for coming to see me tonight. I want to thank Donnie as well for having me feature. I haven't featured in a while, so this is kind of new again. So yeah, guess I'll start with my first poem.
You got it.
/ song. I don't need this crumbling world. I'm looking forward to my curtain call. I don't see what the fuss is for, and if asked, I refuse and I'm cold. I'm so bitter and I blame it on the war. I'm so cold and I'm sick of all the floods. I'm looking forward to a revolution, but who will lead if they're killing native sons? Said who will lead if they're killing native sons? Now who will lead if they're killing native sons? Got my baby and I got my gun. Got my baby and I got my gun. Said I don't need this crumbling world. Now I don't need this crumbling world. The American corner can't naturalize the influx of black bodies. Knows this is an American thing. a white man's bedtime story. Heard the myth of God being a black woman. Every time she is spoken of somewhere, Gabriel ruptures his back, pushing a block of salt. The earth suffers not from lockjaw. For the love of melanin, it masticates and swallows its belly, an oversized cauldron giving birth to perversion. There is always more room. More mothers drunk with unbelief. We beat the proverbial dead horse into a pulp, into the concrete, into a red stain, into obsolescence. Black women are conflated with survivors. The walking dead, the carriers of all this death. It's a rite of passage to veer the other cheek, to be meek, to be pray and pray until we're indigo in the face, until our bellowing rage is caught in the throat of a canary who is caught in a soundless chamber in the morning. All is reset, condensed from a black woman's eye. All is beset with glistening drops of dew, and we do it all over again. How do I defend my kin? I ain't got no gun, and if I did, it would be jammed with roses. I'm damned with knowing, not enough time to be grieving. Like what were they thinking? Built a building over my tomb. White lady shopping for French perfume. The white lady shopping at noon. Alright, thank you, that was my first piece. I always get so dry mouthed during performances. Sorry if I messed up that first song. So the second poem is called Mama's Blues. And being in Louisiana, we experience a lot of natural disasters. And it just complicates the idea of home. So that's what this poem is about. Mama's Blues. 1. Katrina put a tree on top our roof. The flood of 2016 would soak the parquetry walls rotten. Pictures drowned, journal entries erased, but that is not why the house stands gutted. Its front door, a jeering mouth, and the electric stove one short away from catching fire in the middle of the night. Elements of words, tears, and misery shook the house worse than Rita did. The love escaped through the windows, inducing sleepless nights and silent early mornings. 2. I split myself open, only to find my mother regurgitating flowers my father never gifted. 3. As a child, no one taught me feeling dirt heavy is a side effect of existing in a dirt home that makes you scribble dirt poems just to keep everything dirt inside, nothing fertile here but severed teeth that sink into anything that ain't dirt. 4. My man's gone now. It's the song my mother never heard but somehow knows the lyrics to, mouthing a vestige of confessions. Nothing is the same. Nothing is the same after love makes a jest of God. God makes a vast sky into the space of a clenched fist packed with desperation. I write about my mother in an effort to stop the dirt war in my dirt blood. Now that my father is dirt dead, I write to set fire. 5. My mother's eyes has a basement in which my father sleeps eternally. When she weeps, she is careful not to drown the dead.
All right.
So this next piece I'm gonna do, unlike the 2 songs I did earlier that I wrote, I didn't write this song, but as Donnie said, I did at some point direct a 20-piece ensemble, and this was my favorite song to sing. It's called House of the Rising Sun, and I'm pretty sure it's over 100 years old, and it's been remade and remade. I know Bob Dylan did a version of it, Nina Simone, and so did Lead Belly. So yeah. There is a house in New Orleans. They call it the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor girls, and me, oh God, I'm one. If I had only listened to what my mama said, I'd be at home today. But being so young and foolish, my Lord, I let a gambler lead me astray. Now my mother is a tailor, sews those new blue jeans. My sweetheart is a drunkard lord, drinks down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a drunk man needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time it's ever satisfied is Lord, Lord, is when he is drunk. Somebody go get my baby sister. Tell her to do, never to do what I have done, but to shun that house in New Orleans. They call it the rising sun. My body is a wasteland. Me thinks I'm pretty. Under all this rough terrain, I've given my back to gold bones wrapped in flesh. I've been a mule whose feet led to unsavory places I wish to not exist. On days I smell of a past lover's sweat, how do I circumvent baggage held in by dump trucks of fleet pillagers and retrograde? Methinks I'm holy enough for those who confuse this body for a tool of self-discovery. I've been prayed to and cursed in the same breath. Madonna the innocent, Cleopatra the bed wench, all my histories at once, and Babel is... You clap, yeah? And I'm not the only one. So I've been in love twice, and I can tell you from experience, love will make you write poems. So, I have two of those. I have two of those. The first one is called Dreamland. You people my dreams and demand space in which we are most freed in these dreams. The sheets are always all white. Your skin, a light post. Hot and ponderous, we rise as one. A jar of honey on the windowsill. The sun decided to shine through sometimes. Sometimes this dreamland is semblance. A mere echo of love we won't afford ourselves. I am the deepest well, choking on myself. If no one fetches the pail, if no one calibrates rain, if no one is ever thirsty, here my pride slips into anonymity and ignores itself. Here, lullabies are temptations and sleep has become the devil's work. I did not rob you of your goodness, nor did I ask to be the freight train tunneling through emotions uncharted. This pain is lobotomy. And if my dreams allow forgetfulness and offer a matrix of better you and I's living is for the uninspired. You have never been this sweet. Only in dreams this open, this comfortable have I ever been as daring. The morning as quiet as a hummingbird. Purple bow in my hair and the dirt cleansed from fingernails in dreams. I am the copper bell who roar away the seagulls. In dreams, time is not so obsessed with itself, and meandering in your meadows makes me transcendent. If we do not take soil seriously, no one will. Time together is just sand and sea salt. When we return, two specks of dust settled on a coffee table. When everything regards itself as final, would we regret missile defections? Would we haunt lovers to talk more? In one nightmare, the ground violently shook, and we forgot ourselves as each other. Disremembered touch as electric shock and fell into a sea of pursed lips when I woke. The sweat pelé across my skin. I imagine this my whole body crying for you. Woo! Woo! Thank you, thank you. And thank you also for the collection plate. It looks nice. You all did so well. So this last poem is called Loving Someone Considering Suicide. Yeah, you all have been so great to me tonight, so thank you for that. I spent a whole week carrying a small glass jar, filling it with fortune cookie papers of all the reasons I chose you, like you are the moon and the sun. This is the sweetest thing I've ever done. Lighting a candle and playing Nina's Wild is the Wind as I held you under my chin like a violin. The voice of the singer blooming the rooms of our souls like the softest flower I've ever known. We knew nothing but breath and practiced finding diamonds. In the process, I mined your pyramids, and you extracted something far too beautiful to ever be associated with the bayou. I knew your soul before. Echoing into the night, a kiss from you is far better than a belly full of fruit. Your abysmal eyes dragged me into forever. Could have dropped everything to travel your seas and search your skies, but romance is sometimes devoured by the beast. The past is a sunken ship. Though no longer above water, it still exists, inspiring frantic trips to the sediment floor to examine the how and why the birds mock me, as my words are ill-prepared. Made of ribbon, strings, and borrowed feather is maker you, unqualified and lethargic, me eager and overbearing, both overrun with fear like a horse in a storm. We once knew lightning, bedazzling our skin, and moonlit nights in. Now we fight for hello, to look each other in the eye without weeping. Last week I ran into your bones but couldn't fix a thing, not even my mouth to say sorry. Sorry, my words could never make you happy, could never make you unfeel the pain of eyeing 1,000 sunrises. Life is war, and living has never been your passion. I saw how you let death walk right in, all over love, spoiling a heart made of light and salt, loving someone considering suicide is loving a clock flower whose seeds never bury. It's loving a contradiction. My love has no conditions, like what is ephemeral and how can I not get lost in a memory? Your scent, the way you grinned, the poet at your chest. Love is a noun in love with its verb. And when love, the noun, has no pulse, love, the verb, is void. Mountains level, rivers run the other way, and the faces of other nouns drag, telling us the truth about mourning. If you love something, you can imagine it returning to its source. If you love someone, you can forgive them for the nightmare of finding them dead. I sat on my friend's couch, carefully examining a withering yellow rose, still and composed for being 6 weeks old. It still had a shimmer of gold, and the sun still decided to shine, proving to me that love can die beautifully. Thank you.
Hey, let's